In the neglected archives of the Wisconsin Diocese rests a set of documents the Catholic Church has tried to conceal for more than 160 years. These records describe the systematic disappearance of 23 nuns from St. Mary's Convent, near Lake Michigan, between 1854 and 1862. 4 generations, church officials dismissed the accounts as clerical mistakes or simple misunderstandings. Yet testimony from 3 independent diocesan inspectors, combined with private letters recently uncovered in a sealed wall cavity during renovations, reveals a story so grim that even hardened historians question whether such darkness could truly have existed within consecrated walls. What follows is the first full account of what many call the most disturbing case of religious corruption in American history. A scandal the Catholic Church spent a fortune ensuring you would never learn about. Before continuing the story of St. Mary's Convent, I must pause. If you already find this unsettling, consider subscribing to our channel for more historically grounded accounts of America's darkest religious secrets. Our community of truth seekers stretches across all 50 states. Where are you listening from tonight? Leave a comment below. Now let us return to the Wisconsin countryside of 1854, where this story begins. A dense morning fog hung low over Lake Michigan as Bishop William Corder's carriage passed through the gates of what would soon become St. Mary's Convent. The church had recently acquired the sprawling estate, once a lumber baron's mansion, surrounded by 30 wooded acres, intending to establish the first significant Catholic institution in the largely Protestant Wisconsin territory. This move was part of a broader strategy, expanding Catholic influence into rapidly developing frontier regions where Protestant denominations already held strong ground. The limestone mansion, with its 3 wings and a commanding bell tower, stood in sharp contrast to the modest wooden chapels that dotted the countryside. Built in 1842, the central structure displayed Gothic arches and narrow windows that gave the eerie impression of watchful eyes surveying the plains. To the east stretched a wing planned for the sisters' quarters. To the west, an orphanage, an infirmary. A small chapel rose behind the main house, its spire visible for miles across the flat Midwestern landscape. To local Protestant families, the arrival of nuns in black habits, speaking with Irish accents, marked them immediately as outsiders. The region's German and Scandinavian settlers, largely Lutheran and Methodist, were accustomed to democratic congregations. The rigid hierarchy and secretive rituals of Catholicism felt threatening. On consecration day, a small crowd gathered outside the gates. "Papists," muttered Elijah Hoffman, an elder of the Lutheran Church, as he watched the procession of black-robed women. "They'll bring foreign ways here, corrupt our children with idolatry." Wilhelm Schmidt, standing beside him, added grimly, "My grandfather fled Germany to escape Catholic persecution. Yet even here, they follow." This tension, though not universal, set the stage for the tragedy that would soon unfold. During the consecration ceremony, Bishop Corder's voice rang through the chapel, sunlight filtering through plain stained glass windows. "St. Mary's shall serve as a beacon of God's mercy in this wilderness," he declared. Introducing the convent's leadership, he spoke of Mother Superior Catherine Murphy, Sister Elizabeth Foster, and Sister Margaret Clark, experienced women from established Eastern convents. Mother Catherine, tall and imposing at 42, carried herself with stern authority. Her pale blue eyes were said to pierce through pretense, her hands as capable of comforting a child as disciplining a novice. Sister Elizabeth, plump, rosy-cheeked, and perpetually smiling, was tasked with overseeing the orphanage. Sister Margaret, thin, serious, and skilled in herbal remedies, was entrusted with the infirmary. 20 younger Irish nuns completed the founding community, most in their early 20s. They stood in line, heads bowed, as the bishop blessed them one by one. Among them was Sister Agnes O'Connor, just 23, whose preserved letters home later became vital testimony to the convent's early years. That first night, Mother Catherine gathered her sisters by candlelight. "We will face suspicion and hardship, unlike our Eastern counterparts," she said, shadows flickering across the refectory walls. "But through sacrifice and devotion, we shall prevail." The young nuns clung to her words. Far from family and homeland, the convent quickly adopted its strict rhythm of life, prayers beginning at 3 a.m. 7 daily offices, punctuating work, plain meals, tending the infirmary and gardens, and teaching orphans. Their chanting of Latin psalms became as much a part of the local soundscape as the wind in the pines. By winter 1854, the orphanage housed 12 children, mostly Irish immigrant offspring, while Sister Margaret's remedies earned respect among locals. Even skeptics like Elijah Hoffman grudgingly admitted their usefulness. Yet letters from Sister Agnes revealed both devotion and strain. Raw hands from washing linens in freezing water, tears shed at night for Ireland, but also faith that our sacrifices please God. What those letters do not capture are the subtle shifts within the convent. Mother Catherine's leadership grew harsher. Penances became severe. Minor slips brought painful punishments, like kneeling on dried peas until knees bled by spring. 1855. The convent's outward reputation glowed, but inside, silence thickened, laughter disappeared, and fear crept among the sisters. Then came the first disappearance. Sister Agnes failed to appear for prayers. Mother Catherine announced she had been called to assist at a mission in Minnesota. No farewell, no warning. Her possessions were missing, yet her winter cloak remained. Within months, Sister Bernadette vanished. Then more. Always the young and gentle. Mother Catherine's explanations, retreats, transfers, missions were accepted outwardly, but unease spread. By 1857, 8 nuns were gone. Those remaining lived under fear, their community hollowed. Whispers in the dormitory revealed suspicion. Why always the youngest and fairest? Sister Teresa dared to ask. Weeks later, she too disappeared. A scrap of paper left behind read, "Something is wrong. If I vanish, tell Father Ryan." By 1858, the fear was undeniable. The convent's meals were silent, punishments harsh, and more sisters gone. One night, Sister Mary Collins overheard Mother Catherine whispering to a sobbing nun, "You'll come with us now. Make any noise, and you'll regret it." By morning, Sister Rebecca was gone. Then Sister Mary overheard a conversation through Mother Catherine's office door. Elizabeth's gentle voice, now cold, "This one will fetch a higher price. Men pay more for the innocent." Margaret added, 3 in 1 month draws suspicion. The bishop is easily bought. Catherine concluded with chilling calm, "Rebecca will keep the doctor's clients satisfied." Mary, terrified, smuggled a note through a farm boy to Father Ryan, a young priest already uneasy with St. Mary's. Her desperate message read, "Something evil happens at St. Mary's. Nuns vanish, not sent away. I fear for my life. Please send help." Ryan carried the plea to Bishop Henney, who dismissed it, citing Catherine's donations to his cathedral fund. Refused. Ryan sought higher authority, contacting Archbishop Hughes of New York in April 1858. Hughes dispatched Monsignor Patrick Kelly with Ryan and 2 priests for a surprise inspection. They arrived to find panic, nuns burning papers, rooms hastily locked. At last, the forbidden north wing door was opened. Inside a dark cell, 5 missing sisters, including Rebecca, were discovered, starved, abused, one visibly pregnant. There, words confirmed, suspicions. They had been groomed for sale to a doctor in Chicago, who supplied clients willing to pay high prices for consecrated women. What Monsignor Kelly described in his 40-page report was unprecedented in the American Church. Systematic exploitation, cover-ups, and collusion from both Mother Catherine and complicit clergy. The horrors of St. Mary's, long buried, were almost erased from history. Only the uncovered documents and testimony from survivors prevent them from being forgotten.